New on CuriosityStream. How do you connect a 16th century potato to limitless energy production? Could Napoleon's toothpick have a direct link to a machine that predicts the future? And how can a 1700s conch shell chart a course to humans connecting their brains to the internet? James Burke's visionary series Connections returns for a new generation. Experience all new Connections. With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 Mini Bites here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the J360 Legion? And, of course, those that don't identify. There's a place for you here, too. So, what's going on, y'all? Yeah. It's episode 99 of the Mini Bites. One way or another, we're about to cross that threshold into the triple digits. Isn't that something? This show's only like 2 years old, and, man, we hitting it. I love it. You know, just success coming my way. Especially with the step-ups and all. Yep. And, you know, speaking of which, did you guys see Black Widow yet? What you think? Decent film? Not decent film? I mean, hey, I'm all for hearing people's opinion. I mean, you got to keep the conversation going full circle. I mean, like, I don't mind engaging this stuff at any time. Because, I mean, like, sometimes talking about these movies is really... It's a part of the culture. You might as well. I mean, I know how some of y'all feel about prequels. But, you know, some prequels aren't that bad. Like Halo Reach. And then there are some prequels that really stand the test of time and confuse people. Like Star Wars. Actually, I throw enough stones at Star Wars, basically because of the way, like, Disney went about them. But, you see, I actually do like the prequels, and I will always say that I actually do. It is what it is. I mean, say what you will about the first one, but, you know, they had to start something some way, and then, like, the second one, just bad writing and dialogue, but, you know, I actually like them. I pop them in every so often, you know, just to get away from it all and just to go ahead and watch, like, the first 6 films. I don't fool with the sequel trilogy at all. I just know it's there, but at the same time, I just don't really care. But hey, those are inspirations of how to not do a trilogy, so I guess they have their purpose. But the thing is, as I'm getting back into screenwriting and all, no, I'm not fooling with it. You know? Like, have a plan of how things go. Instead of just the way it was. But, you know, we can delve into the production problems of those things. But I just tell you one thing. Sitting here with Final Draft open, I love it. I'm home again. This is just where I need to be right now. Because we need some good movies. And of course, you know, like, it's okay to make a movie that takes itself seriously. It's okay to make a movie that's enjoyable and approachable for people. You know, at least that's the intent. Now, I don't know what the hell they do. Yeah, I do. Them greenbacks, though. See, you can make a movie about anything, but if I show Captain America's shield in it, as a Disney employee, you'll go ahead and you'll eat it like a hotcake. Just like what I said on Hangouts 12. I mean, let's just be honest. Pre-sold franchises, that's how it works. But, no, we need something to test the time. We need something to change all that kind of stuff. It's all about being ambitious. Which is why this episode is called Taking a Leap. You know, where I want to go at and the things I want to do and the company I want to be around and the tribe I'm trying to lead, it takes a lot to put it all together. Like what we have with the Jam Fam, with the J360 Legion's growth, and just everybody coming together, like, and the reconstruction and all. Not to mention, like, where I want to be next year and everything. It's going to be one hell of a jump. And I'm not going to say that it isn't a hill to climb, but I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to see all this go that way, you know? And indeed, today was a very bizarre day because I didn't interact with hardly anybody. And then I've noticed that a lot of my engagements on Instagram died down. So maybe I must have said something really offensive to Mark Zuckerberg. And I'm like, wow, you're just now reading that stuff? I've been saying that since 2016. So, hey, maybe the stuff's starting to catch up with me. What am I going to do? I'm going to tell each social media site to take their algorithm and cram it because they're going to have to make room for me. It's the same way when people ask me about, well, you know, a lot of people have podcasts and stuff. How you feel about it? Knuckle down, keep making my content. To hell with all that other stuff, man. See, once again, that's stuff that just serves to distract you. People love to distract other people. And we just live in that golden age, man. Like, even with TikTok, even with Clubhouse. I remember I mentioned all those things to you guys, like how I'm on almost every social media site. But at the same time, it's like, you know, what is actually going to be the top 5 to use? Got to start thinking of it like a basketball team. Like, what do you have as your starting squad to really get things going? And then, you know, you hope for the best that those same things can actually make some pull right there, and whatever probably will be your 6th man if you have one, you know? Not using gender politics on anything, it's just usually how it goes when you think about, like, a basketball squad. I could have used WNBA, but who the hell watches that? And I totally did that to get y'all fired up, because you know y'all like to do that kind of stuff. Nowadays, I can only imagine what the talk in town is when I went on that sabbatical, because, you know, to get away from a lot of that stuff felt really, really nice. And to be fair, I can only imagine what the stupidity, because Lord knows we've gotten kind of dumb out there in the public. And I'm being very light with that. It's just amazing to me how it goes down. Oh, speaking of which, I got in a little altercation. No, not an altercation, but I got into, like, let's just say a disagreement with some people in the podcasting community at one time. And you see, I would go into depth here, but this is only like a 15-minute show, so I'm not going to. But those same people ended up following me, or trying to follow me again today, and I gave them an appropriate response. I said, nah, I'm good, fam, and then had an image of me pretty much throwing them in the dumpster where they belong. Look, like me from the beginning, okay? Like, at the end of the day, I'm never going to tell you entirely what kind of person I am. I lead by example. If you happen to like me for who I am, or if you happen to love my content for what it is, or if you happen to enjoy the things of J360 Productions, that's cool. But don't start backpedaling and all this other crap just because, you know, you got a lot of subscribers, you got a following now. We can go ahead and follow you and we'll get in. And not to mention, maybe we could be on the Hangout show. Yeah, the Hangout show's too good for you. I'll say it right now. Even with 14 episodes, yeah, there's one in the can. But the thing is this. Even with 14 episodes, you know, show respect to the person that built these things. You know what I'm saying? It's like those people who, once again, didn't care for you when you started doing the J-Man show, but when you started doing J360 Jams, oh, now he's somebody. You know? And I said I made my peace with it, I agree, but the thing about it is this. As I worked hard on these creations and stuff, like even now when I showed you the PowerPlay the other day, for those that watched it, thank you. And for those that actually caught up and watched it, even more thank yous. But because that is exactly how that show is supposed to be. Like, from what just came on, like, just guys having fun. And, you know, women are invited too. Let's just say that. Just people having fun, talking trash, but having a good time. You know, that's what it's all about. Especially when I'm on there by myself. You guys can go ahead and send me messages and stuff, and I'll interact with you. I have that set up and ready to go. Like, I know exactly where I'm going to take that series now, which is why it's getting a 2-week mini event next month. I'll be filling in more information as I do the shows this week. But it's like this. Don't start following me now because I got momentum. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to be there for the bad and the good. You know? It just is a lot more well-rounded. And at the same time, I don't get that urge to tell you to go pluck off because of your behavior and what you're all about. Those guys are a bunch of follower hounds anyway. All they're trying to do is trying to get those numbers boosted up so they can go ahead and do all this other stuff. I've seen it where they're like, oh, we're only like 400, we're only like 99 subscribers away from blah, 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 blah. Yeah, up yours. I don't do this to be liked. I don't do this for the fellowship. That stuff came over time. I did it because I have something to say. You understand? That's where I go about this. But anyway, let's go into your schedule this week. You got the mini bites tonight, but you also got the J-Man show happening tomorrow night at 10. And you also have the PowerPlay happening on Twitch.tv/J360 TV tomorrow at 10. And then, of course, you have, yes, it is Jams Week! Season 2 of Jams starts this Friday on the 23rd at 10 o'clock p.m. And indeed, it's going to be nice. It's going to be slamming. We got some pretty good groups coming in. And I just cannot wait for y'all to sit back and get lost in the music. We are taking it all back, baby. Friday nights belongs to Jams. And it feels good to have that. I'm telling you that right now. Woo, and I know that the Jam fam is ready to reunite. You know, if anything, this is the perfect time to get the band back together because we are not stopping. We're going all the way to the top. All these great jumps and all these great shows that are being made here at J360 Productions, we're just going on this caravan of freedom. It's going to be pretty nice. Stick around for it. And by the way, with J360 films, that's going to be the next level here. Like, I could see, like, those documentaries I told you about, they need to be made. And then, of course, some features. I started really taking a deep dive into, like, what I want to tell you guys in terms of narratives and all. And they're coming along. And like I said, I got Final Draft open, so yeah. And not a blank page looking at me at all. There ain't no need for no damn whole thing like writer's block and stuff like that. You either write or you don't. And it doesn't matter whether it's bad or not. It's a rough. The point is, if it's bad, that's good because at least we got something down and we're going to shape it into something when we're done. I like to think that all the time. And of course, just try to get it right the first time if you can. And then you can worry about, what comes out in post a little bit later. But yeah, just getting back in the swing of things on all this, guys. I mean, I'm going for everything. I got nothing to lose. So, just keep on going. Especially, like, when I go ahead and I tell those would-be, I know the term to say, but this is not an uncut show. So, trying to have some self-control in that, but those punks are just sad, man. If you do all this stuff just because of views and because of, like, all this fellowship, you such and such got so many subscribers, blow it out your ass. I mean, for real. I get tired of it, man. I mean, it's the same thing with anything else. Like I said, somebody tell me, oh, Jay, well, what if you had that many subscribers? I mean, would you change as a person? No. I'd be about the same as I always am. And that's pretty bad for some of you out there. But then again, quite a lot of us are villains in anybody's story, but that's what taking the jump's all about, man. You got to do your own thing. And you see me doing my own thing. Not asking anybody for permission, except for when it counts, like on J360 Jams. But, I gave myself the permission to be the content creator. Gave myself the permission to be a CEO. Gave myself permission to go and do all of these great things. Between now and forever, and COVID can't stop me. I mean, it can go ahead and put up a good fight, but I ain't worried about that no more. Nope. Matter of fact, I figured if I can go ahead and make an impact here or posthumously, I did my job. And I like to inspire a bunch of people to go ahead and just do this thing. Because nowadays they run on with that whole podcasting is dead narrative, just like synthwave is dead. And just like, oh, there's no drums in modern music anymore. It's like, who the hell keeps making these damn rules? God, shut up. You sound like an idiot. And then maybe you might be. Because like I said before, while music is supposed to transform in its ways of doing things, we all like beats. We all like the way that drums sound. And then we can manipulate that sound when it comes to programs. But it's like this. Every single thing is allowed. Just because you shift to one doesn't mean you give up the other one. Ah, damn. It's just really, really stupid. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't agree to it. It's just like when some people are like, oh, filmmaking's dead because, people are using digital cameras instead of film cameras. No, filmmaking's not dead. But I digress. That's something I'm going to have to solve on the J-Man Show, which happens tomorrow at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So come back around, same time, same channel. Just a different day, okay? But until then, this is J-Man signing off. We will catch up again later, okay? Peace.
Curiosity Stream. How do you connect a 16th century potato to limitless energy production? Could Napoleon's toothpick have a direct link to a machine that predicts the future? And how can a 1700s conch shell chart a course to humans connecting their brains to the internet? James Burke's visionary series Connections returns for a new generation. Experience all new Connections. With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.